very good movie, and it actually increased the popularity of the rifle I'm actually holding in my hand, as you guys see before you. First, let's safety check the rifle. It's a bolt action, so we're going to operate the bolt. You guys see that clearly. There's nothing in there, and there's nothing in the chamber. Alright, the gun that we're going to talk about today is the Mosin Nagant. This particular model is the Model 9130, or as I prefer to call it, the long model. It is actually the longest of the Mosin Nagant models. First off, let's get into some information about it. Now, I actually bought this gun for $139 at a local gun store. The ammo usually runs about $10 a box from what I've seen online. It does have a wood finish. The accessories I got with the gun upon purchasing it, which I thought was a great deal, was the gun, the sling, a spike bayonet, which is still very lethal today. Nothing can, I mean, what kills better than a sharp, pointy object with, you know, a lot of force behind it. It also came with this little set here, which is actually the little bottle. It actually has the little, I guess, I don't know, Soviet markings or something in there. And it came with a little cleaning bottle, which I guess is used for your, where they would keep the solvent to clean the rifle. It also came with a host of little tools and gizmos. Now, I'm not sure what all these are for. Clearly, this is some type of wrench. I think this is, it looks like it may be actually used for side adjustment or something like that, and some other things, as you can see. I don't know if you guys can see, but that's what actually came in this little kit. So actually, all that there for 140 bucks. Now, you can get the only optional true accessory I saw was a lightning trigger that you can get. That's about 90 bucks or so, and a Monte Carlo synthetic stock. I personally really like the wood finish on mine. I want you guys to take a pretty good look at that wood finish, and this is a very nice wood finish. Now, this gun is not a Century Arms imported Mosin Nagant. Now, I know those are actually very popular. I think they're like maybe the main importer. I feel bad because I don't remember the importer of this rifle. I had the box and I had it stuck in my head, and I got rid of the box. I want to say it was like international or something like that, but I don't want to give you guys wrong information. Alright, first of all, let's go over the rifle. If you saw Enemy at the Gates, then you probably know that this is a Russian rifle. It was introduced in 1891. Now let's go over some of the specifications. This rifle, which is the Model 9130, has a weight of 8.8 pounds, so it isn't light. It's 50.7 inches long, so that's about 4 feet and 2 inches. The barrel length is 28.7 inches. The cartridge it uses is a 7.62 by 54R, which is the cartridge you'll see there. Pay no attention to the nasty cut on my finger. Freaking Colsio Kudo in the box did that. Alright. Also, we have a, it is a bolt action, clearly, as I demonstrated earlier. Effective range, Wikipedia, they say it's 550 yards. I don't have a gun range around me that I can travel to readily to truly test that the ability of this gun's long range. It does have a 5-round non-detachable box magazine, which you can use stripper clips with. Interesting fact about this gun is that it was actually used in 1918 and 1919 by our army. Believe it or not, yeah, Russian piece of equipment. But it was actually really used for National Guard units and ROTC to actually train them on, you know, rifles and whatnot. I'm not sure if our troops actually used the Mosin Nagant in actual battle. You can correct me if I'm wrong in some of these facts. I always welcome comments on my videos. But anyway, moving forward, there is also a shorter carbine model that's available. I believe that's the M444 M38, which is significantly shorter than this current rifle I hold here. And I actually really want one of those. I'll pay good money for one if I can find one. Probably try to get one at the gun show that comes up if someone has one. But anyway. Now, I did put survival in the title, and the reason I put survival in the title is because that's what I've been talking about a lot lately. Now, I was reading one of my, I was on a survivalist website. I believe it was like survivalistboards.com, and someone said bolt action rifles were obsolete, and I'm like, what? Yeah, a bolt action rifle is not obsolete. any rifle firearm that can effectively load a cartridge, fire, and destroy its target is still an effective firearm and still an effective weapon. So if it's, I mean, obsolete would assume that it has no use. And, you know, near modern equipment it doesn't work. Well, modern guns shoot and they destroy their targets. So does a gun like this. It's been around for, like, you know, forever. You know, over 100 years at this point. And it still works, and it works great. Yeah, you only have 5 rounds, and it's a bolt action. But you know, I read in one of my books. It was Max Brooks' the Survival Guide, and he mentioned when he was going over the weapons of fighting the the undead and whatnot, and he was like, a bolt action rifle will actually cause you to slow your rate of fire and take more. Spend more time on your shots and really make your rounds count, as opposed to if you had a fully automatic or a semi-automatic weapon. And I was like, damn, well, that is kind of true. You know, people can pull the trigger and there's a bullet that comes out every time, and rapidly, you know, a lot of people have the tend to be, you know, rock and roll and go all gung-ho. So with that said, I think a bolt-action rifle still has a place amongst the survivalists and the survival kit of today. With that being said, you can get a Mosin Nagant and a lot of ammo for it very cheap. Now, if you're the budget-minded survivalist and you don't have a lot of money, and let's say, I mean, you can't even afford to go spend $200 on a rifle, or, you know, on a handgun or like that, and, you know, you have to go sub $200. And I recommend, personally, I really don't recommend getting a handgun if, you know, you're trying to be a survivalist. I prefer what you get a long gun, whether it be a rifle or a shotgun. I think that'll be more effective in a SHTF scenario if that's your only weapon. Hopefully you'll get someone out of a distance of a range where they have a hand and you have a long gun. Maybe you'll reach out and touch them easier than they can reach out and touch you. But with price being a factor, I went on a website, jgsales.com, and I actually priced out Mosin Nagant. It was Century Arms, but you know, I mean, it'd be kind of hard to get a gun like this wrong. It was from Century Arms. The gun was $79.95. And on that same website, they have some Soviet block ammunition. It's $84.92 for 440 rounds. Now, with that being said, that's $164.87 for a rifle, sling, bayonet, cleaning, semi-complete cleaning kit, and 440 rounds of ammo. I think it's really hard to go wrong with something like that. And that's low budget survival at its best. You have a big cartridge that you can easily hunt with, take large game, and defend yourself against two-legged predators. And I say, here's a 7.62 by 54R cartridge. There it is, right there. Alright, that's your little 223. Alright, think about that. AR-15 Mosin Nagant. $164.87 for the gun and 440 rounds of this, or $700+ just for the rifle and none of this. So if you're a prepper, or if you're just trying to protect your family for, you know, what's down the road, I recommend, if you can, or if you can, honestly, get the higher capacity semi-automatic AR-15, Kel-Tec SU-16, AK-47, SETME FAL variant rifle. But if you don't, and let's say you don't have a super high-paying job right now, and let's say you're even laid off, hell, if you're laid off, you can scrounge up enough money to afford this combo, or this setup with ammunition. With that being said, this is that guy 781 signing out. Looks like I'm out of time, but don't count the bolt action down as a good survival rifle, and definitely not the Mosin Nagant. For 160, about 170 bucks, I don't really think you can go wrong with it. And thanks for watching. Please subscribe for more reviews and survival ideas.